We are just a few hours away from the first NFL action of 2025. It's time to gird up your loins, dust off your favorite team's jersey, and get ready for an emotional roller coaster that will require therapy by the end of February. We're going to go over the biggest losers and winners of the first week of training camp, and I'll preview the Detroit Lions versus LA Chargers game. Football is back, baby. This is Hilltime Sports. Now, for all the cynics out there, we cannot start with the losers, you bunch of sad sacks. We got to start with the winners. And winners there were, like the Cincinnati Bengals, getting Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart to at least show up for training camp. Shamar Stewart signed on Friday, has made an impact, tipped 2 balls at the line of scrimmage in a row. As for Trey Hendrickson, we all know what happened. If you didn't already watch the video, you probably saw it around the league. He wants a new contract. He ain't practicing yet, but at least he's there. And they're a running back away from Joe Burrow not being Dan Marino 2.0, where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was his only 1,000-yard rusher. And next, we're heading up to the Pacific Northwest, where Nick Emmonwori is getting first-team snaps, at least in the red zone, after impressing coaches. This is a good sign because I think all of the Seattle Seahawks secondary positions are up for grabs. So to see him stand out means we're going to hear a lot more from him on Sunday. Jared Goff might be the biggest winner of training camp week 1 because after Frank Ragnow retired, that offensive line looked like it was going to include Graham Glasgow, former guard, has moved to center. We weren't sure what he was going to be, but it looks like he's going to be pretty good. According to coaches, we'll have to see him on game day. Tate Ratledge is going to take over that guard position. We're going to have to see whether the kid could hang with the big boys of the NFL. But if he can, they'll pick up right where they left off and maybe not get injured and actually be competitive for a Super Bowl instead of getting pounced by the Washington Commanders. I was about to say their old name. Don't do that. And last, but certainly not least, my friends, it's time for football, and the biggest winner is the fans. You, me, everyone in between.
Hail the conquering hero!
Can now rejoice, put their honey-do list off to the side until it piles up, and by February you're going to be looking at it like, oh my gosh, where the hell did all this come from? You're going to have a lot of work to do during the off-season. But football is back, so it's time to get excited. But we can't get excited when we're talking about the losers. Otherwise, we'd be really horrible people.
Kids, you're both just awful.
First up in the losers column, the Miami Dolphins secondary. They've been ravaged by injuries. Artie Burns tore his ACL. Kader Kahal, fourth-year cornerback who started to show off his promise, is now out for the season. Byron Matos is not a cornerback or safety, but was airlifted out of training camp to a medical facility, learned how to speak. I'm definitely praying for a speedy recovery from each one of these players. You know, you don't ever want to see players go down with injuries, no matter how bad you hate teams like the New York Giants or the Dallas Cowboys or Washington Commanders. You don't want to see human beings get injured unless you're borderline on the scale. Next up, we head to Las Vegas, where the Raiders are big losers. Christian Wilkins, to be exact, signed a 5-year, $110 million contract, but after 1 season is ousted. There were questions about his rehab. Supposedly fights about whether or not he should get surgery or not, and they decided to cut them. The NFLPA filed a grievance on behalf of Wilkins to protect his guaranteed money. Raiders veteran Adam Butler publicly encouraged people going through struggles to get some help and get therapy. So whatever you're going through, Wilkins, I hope that you get the help you need. And if you want to play some football afterwards, by all means, go for it. The Cleveland Browns quarterback situation just got a lot worse. The truly devastating news is that Martin Emerson Jr., a cornerstone of their defense, tore his Achilles, is going to miss the 2025 season. And if you ever remember Dominique Wilkins, he was never the same player. So I don't know how much Achilles injuries advanced since then. I know KD came back and plays pretty solid, but who knows? I hope he plays. I hope he comes back, plays well. On top of that, Tony Brown has an undisclosed injury, as well as Anthony Kendall, and Miles Harden is missing camp for personal reasons. I hope everyone gets situated. The Browns drafted defensive tackle Mason Graham with the 5th overall pick after trading with the Jacksonville Jaguars to pair with Myles Garrett. We don't know what that secondary is going to look like, but that defensive front is going to be really good. And if, they have some average corners, maybe they'll get a few picks and get some big contracts at the end of the day. And finally, on a lighter note, today is the day football picks back up. The Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement is this weekend, but before that, we got the Chargers and the Lions in the Hall of Fame game before great Antonio Gates from the Chargers gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. For the Chargers, former third overall pick Trey Lance is starting for the team. Jim Harbaugh wants to see what he's got and maybe get him some starter reps before maybe he ships off and goes to another team. That'd be really good. We won't be seeing a lot of these starters, but we will be seeing Marion Hampton. He's expected to play, and it will be fascinating to see just what he can do. We don't know how long he's going to play. Is he play one down, one drive, a quarter, or a second quarter, a third quarter? But who knows? Keandre Lambert-Smith, who has been getting rave reviews from coaches, will also be playing. We'll be able to see what he's got. Trey Harris alongside of him. For the Detroit Lions, keep your eyes peeled for Isaac Tesla, who's a Detroit Lions fan and plays receiver. Coaches have been saying he's really good at tracking down the ball and catching it in stride. Maybe their deep threat in the near future. But that's it for training camp week 1. I want to hear from you. Who are your biggest winners and disappointments? And what are you looking forward to seeing in the first action of the NFL season? And just like always, if you like this analysis or whatever we're calling it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Keep up with Hilltime Sports. See you in the next video. Adios.